Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube stations. Hope everyone's doing well on this Sunday. And we're just going to do a sound check right now, so bear with me a moment. Let's try this again. Alright, I think we... Alrighty, so the sound check seems to have gone okay, as I had a tremendous technical difficulty yesterday when I was doing a boxing broadcast that no one heard because the sound was off. I was wondering why no one jumped in the chat. So, we do sound checks now from here on in. Alrighty. This is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube stations, and we're going to continue with the series of the NFL Challenge League. And today's game is the Denver Broncos of 2015 visiting the Cleveland Browns of 1965. So, the Denver Broncos of 2015 went 12-4 and won the Super Bowl, defeating the Carolina Panthers. The Cleveland Browns of 1965 went 11-3. They won their division, but they lost in the championship to the Green Bay Packers, who we had on in the inaugural game, defeating the 1965 Green Bay Packers, defeated the 2003 Carolina Panthers. Suggest check it out. First quarter was unbelievable, total domination by the Packers. But if you'd like, check out that video. On to this game. So, but first, some shout outs to friends of the channel, and the links are all provided below. Phil the Issues Guy, he does TV and movie reviews such as Game of Thrones and Walking Dead. Dirty Issues, which is Phil's video game and monologue channel, with John Riley and Joe Dirtylocks. John does wonderful monologues regarding things to do around Boston and other ideas and issues. Broke Black Man 94 does TV and movie reviews such as Gotham, Game of Thrones, Walking Dead. Ron Juckett he has two stations, Ron Juckett and Retro Sports Network. Ron is an online sports writer, mostly baseball, and he's very knowledgeable about sports, especially baseball. And his Retro Sports Network, he does retro gameplay just like I'm doing here, and he does commentary, and he does it very well. I always look forward to Ron's uploads, as all the uploads on these stations. And then you have Mosley Boxing, a must subscribe if you're a boxing fan. Does wonderful video collages of past and present fighters and boxing events. You have Johnny the Irish Wildling, who's an author and Game of Thrones fan, and just has an all-out fun discussion YouTube channel. No topic is too big, too small, or out of bounds. He will make you think, he'll make you laugh, and sometimes he'll even make you mad. But I love Johnny. He's the king. Then you have JD, and this is for you, JD. This is a Broncos game. JD's a Broncos fan. He's an author and big Game of Thrones fan. All the links are provided below. Wonderful content on all those channels. Very nice and good people. I suggest check them out and see if you like them. I do. I subscribe. I follow them, and I do like them. All right, on to the game. The 2015 Denver Broncos visiting the 1965 Cleveland Browns. I will be playing as the Cleveland Browns. In this series, I'll be playing as all four of the 1965 teams, which are the Packers, the Browns, the Bears, excuse me, and wow, I forgot the other team. Oh, and the Colts. Alrighty, so the Browns have won the kick, won the toss, and they have elected to receive the ball. The Broncos, I'm sorry, have won the toss and have elected to receive the ball. And Cleveland will now kick deep. The deep man for the Broncos, Bolden. The short men are Caldwell and Norwood. Broncos on the return. It looks like a good return past the 30, almost to the 30.
Receiving team.
So that holding penalty is going to nullify a very good return. That was a 31-yard return by Bolden, and the holding penalty will nullify it. So now bring the ball back to the Denver 5-yard line. Ouch. And that's where they'll start, 1st and 10. But first, let's go to the lineups here. At quarterback, the Hall of Famer to be Peyton Manning. This was not one of his better years, but they did win the Super Bowl. At running back, Juwan Thompson. At running back, Ronnie Hillman. At wide receiver, Demaryius Thomas. At wide receiver, Emmanuel Sanders. At tight end, Owen Daniels. At tackle, Ty Sambrailo. At guard, Luis Vasquez. At center, Matt Paradis. At guard, Evan Mathis. At tackle, Michael Schofield. The Cleveland Browns defense. At defensive end, Paul Wiggin. At defensive tackle, Jim Kinnicky. At defensive tackle, Jim Garcia. At defensive end, Bill Glass. At cornerback, Bernie Parrish. At the other cornerback, Walter Beach. Outside linebacker, Jim Houston. Middle linebacker, Vince Costello. Outside linebacker, Galen Fiss. At one safety, Ross Fitchner. And at the other safety, Eric Barnes. Alrighty, so Denver has the ball. We're going to play a short zone. We're going to bring Fitchner up. And we're going to play basic. There's the ball. It's handed off. And that's going to be a pickup of 5 yards. So that's a 5-yard gain for the Broncos on 1st down for Hillman, as that was a trap left. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 5. Very good block by Ty Sambrailo. Tackle for Cleveland by Bill Glass. So 2nd and 5 here. And once again, we're going to go short zone. Basic. Peyton Manning back to pass. He's looking for a receiver. And that is going to be caught for 7 yards and a 1st down. Demaryius Thomas on the catch. They were looking for Emmanuel Sanders. He was covered. Manning went through his reads, and he hit Thomas for 7 yards and a 1st down. Ball on the Denver 17. Once again, we're going to play a short zone. We're going to bring Fitchner up in run support. And we're going to play the run. Manning back to pass. It looks like it's going to be a screen to Hillman, and it's incomplete. So they're looking to go to a screen to Hillman, and that's incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10. Broncos are now with 3 wideouts, 1 running back, and 1 tight end. And we will have to switch to defensively. We're going to go with a 4-2 nickel. Parrish is on Norwood. Breach is on Thomas. Oh, wow, they got the matchups against their defensive backs. Well, we're going to have to switch our cornerbacks here. We're going to put our best cornerback, Parrish, on Thomas. Okay, we got the matchup there. We have Sanders down here, so it's 2nd and 10, and we're going to play man, and we're going to double Sanders. I'm going to double Sanders on the medium. We're going to play a defensive line in, and we're going to play pass. And it looks like a draw, and the Cleveland Browns defensive line just smothers that for no gain. Costello on the tackle, so that was actually an off tackle to C.J. Anderson, and he picks up no yardage, and that brings up a 3rd and 10. A good job by the Cleveland Browns defense. So 3rd and 10, once again, 3 wide outs, 1 tight end. Manning, it looks like he's in the shotgun. No, he's in the pistol, and has 1 running back, C.J. Anderson. What is C.J.? Receiver of a 3. All right, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing we did before. We're going to play our defensive line. Who's our good pass rushers here for the 65 Browns? Glass, Wigan. We're going to play our defensive line out. We're going to play a deep zone. Actually, we're going to switch out to a deep zone. And we're going to play pass. So 3rd and 10. Manning back to pass. He's looking for a wide receiver. He throws underneath. That will not be enough for the first down. That's only a 5-yard gain by Owen Daniels, brought down by Parrish. It's Bernie Parrish's first tackle, and that will force the 2015 Denver Broncos to punt. So a good defensive stand there by the Cleveland Browns. We will put the punt return on. Here goes the punt. Cleveland to return. That looks like it's going to be a big return here. A big return. He looks like he can go all the way. Touchdown, Cleveland. Wait. Yes, touchdown. Leroy Kelly on the 72-yard punt return for the touchdown. So the first time the Browns touched the ball on special teams and at all, Kelly returns it for a touchdown, 72 yards. Cleveland on the board, 6-0. What a return. That's a fine how do you do for the 2015 Denver Broncos. Welcome to Cleveland Municipal Stadium. Now the extra point. And it's good. So Groza makes the extra point, and the 1965 Cleveland Browns lead the 2015 Denver Broncos 7-0. Browns will kick deep. Bolden deep, Shortman, Caldwell, and Norwood. Here's the kickoff. Groza with the kickoff, and it's horribly angled. What's going on here?
Kicking team.
So the ball goes out of bounds, and that is a penalty on the kicking team. And so the Broncos will start with very good field position at their own 40. So 1st and 10 at their 40. We want to make sure. Switch the cornerbacks again. We want Parrish on Thomas, which we do have. We're going to play a short zone. Basic. Manning pitches out to Hillman, and he's smothered after a 1-yard gain. Costello brings him down. That's Vince Costello's third tackle of the game. So it's going to be 2nd and 9. Ball on the Denver 41-yard line. And there with Denver has 3 wide, 1 tight end, 1 running back, Peyton Manning under center. So we're going to go to our 4-2 nickel here. Garcia's down to 94. So what do we have here? Let's bring Modzelewski in. I was wondering why the computer would not start Dick Modzelewski. That was kind of silly to me. We have Kanicki. So let's bring in Johnson to rest those guys. Houston. All right, so it's 2nd and 9. We're going to play zone. And we're going to play pass. Manning, hands off to, oh, that's a first down. 11-yard pickup. 11-yard pickup for Anderson as they came with a sweep right and totally caught the Browns out of sync as we were playing pass. So a nice play call by Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos. 3 wide, 1 running back, sweep right. C.J. Anderson picks up 11 yards and a first down. 1st and 10 on the Cleveland 48-yard line. We're going to go back to a 4-3 basic. Alrighty. And we're going to play our line in. We're going to play a short zone. Fitchner up for the run. Basic. Quick toss. Incomplete. So Manning was looking to quickly hit Sanders, but the Browns had that well covered. So that brings up 2nd and 10. Broncos are in the I formation. 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 2 backs behind Manning. 2nd and 10. We will play defensive line in. Parrish is on Thomas. We're going to play zone. And we're going to send Houston on the blitz. We're going to play tight man. Pass. Manning back to pass. He hands it to Hillman. And he's going to have about 7 yards, 6 or 7 yards there. So that's a pickup of 6 yards, tackle by Modzelewski. As Hillman went off tackle right. 3rd and 4. Ball on the Cleveland 42-yard line. It looks like Manning is in the shotgun with C.J. Anderson behind him. 3 wideouts, 1 tight end. We're going to go with a 3-3 nickel. Going to play our defensive line out. They're going to play a short zone. And we're going to play pass. The ball's given. It looks, and there goes C.J. Anderson for a big run up the middle. Gain of 11 yards. Tackle by Parrish. That's tackle number 3 for Bernie Parrish. As they went with a draw. Good blocking by Matt Paradis. So 1st and 10, ball in the Cleveland 31. So Cleveland will go back to the 4-3. We're going to bring Kanicki back in the game for the Browns at defensive tackle. We're going to play our line in tight. Actually, we're going to go shift line right. Going to play short zone. Run. Ball's given to Hillman, and the Cleveland Browns defensive line smothers that play as he just barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Brought down by Bill Glass. That's his 2nd tackle. So 2nd and 10, ball on the Cleveland 31-yard line. I formation for the Broncos. 2 wideouts, 1 tight end, 2 backs behind Manning. We're going to play zone. And We're going to send Houston, and we're going to play basic. Manning goes back to pass, and he's under pressure, and he's sacked. 9-yard loss. Wiggins with the sack brings up a 3rd and 19. So Cleveland came with the pressure, and Wiggins was able to break loose. Paul Wiggins right there was able to break loose, and he has a sack, the first sack of the game for the Cleveland Browns. Brings up a 3rd and 19. All right, 3rd and 19. We're going to play 4-2 nickel. Looks like Manning's either in the shotgun or the pistol here. 3 wideouts, 1 tight end, 1 back behind him, which is C.J. Anderson. We're going to play the 4-2 nickel. We're going to play a deep zone. Play our defensive line out. And we're going to play pass. Manning looking. He has the ball. He fires underneath. Incomplete.
Intentional grounding.
And they're calling it
Offense,
intentional grounding.
Number 18, 10-yard penalty. Loss of down.
So that's going to back them up 10 yards, and it'll be 4th and 29, I do believe, as Cleveland had pressure on Manning, and he just threw the ball away and got called for the intentional grounding as he was looking for a medium cross to Owen Daniels. So 4th and 29, and once again, Cleveland will force the 2015 Denver Broncos to punt to the dangerous Leroy Kelly. Will they punt to Kelly as he scored a 72-yard touchdown on the first punt? We're going to put the punt return on. Here's the punt. And they angle punt it out of bounds. So the Browns will start on their own 12-yard line. Very good punt by Colquitt. All right, let's go to the Browns starting lineup here. At quarterback, Frank Ryan. At 1 running back spot, the great Jim Brown. At the other running back, Ernie Green. At wideouts, Gary Collins and Walter Roberts. At tight end, John Brewer. At tackle, Dick Sheriff. Guard, John Wooten. Center, John Morrow. Guard, Gene Hickerson. Tackle, Monty Clark. Now for the Denver defense. Defensive end, Vance Walker. Defensive tackle, Malik Jackson. Defensive tackle, Sylvester Williams. Defensive end, Derek Wolfe. Cornerback, Chris Harris Jr. Cornerback, Aqib Talib. Outside linebacker, Shaquille Barrett. Inside linebacker, Brandon Marshall. Inside linebacker, and the very dangerous Von Miller. Outside linebacker, Von Miller. At 1 safety, T.J. Ward. And at the other safety, Darian Stewart. So this is the first time that the Cleveland Browns offense will touch the ball, as we have 7:05 to go here in the first quarter. Cleveland up 7-0. So we're going to go with Jim Brown, and we're going to go sweep left with Jimmy Brown. Here comes a sweep. There goes Jimmy Brown. He's around the corner. It's going to be a big run. That looks at a 16-yard gain on the power sweep for Jimmy Brown. Brought down by T.J. Ward. It's going to be very interesting to see how this 2015 Denver defense, which is very good, handles the great Hall of Famer Jim Brown. So now we have 1st and 10 ball on the Cleveland 28, and we're gonna go run counter. We're gonna go green, and we're gonna go trap left with green. They're watching that, so we're gonna go dive with Jimmy Brown. Ball's given to Jimmy Brown. And this time the Denver defense smothers him for no gain. Tackle by Malik Jackson. And it looks like Williams, the defensive tackle, is hobbling off the field. He's out for this game plus next week. That is not a good sign for the Broncos. As in the first game we played with the Green Bay Packers, they had a lot of injuries too. So that brings up a 2nd and 10, ball on the 28 for the Cleveland Browns. And once again, we're going to go run counter, Green, trap left. Ball's given to Green, and it looks like he picks up 3 yards there. So that brings up 3rd and 3. Let's go Jimmy Brown. We're going to go screen to Jim Brown. Ryan back to pass. The screen set up. They hit Brown in stride, and he has a big first down. They pick up 13 yards on the well-executed screen pass to Jimmy Brown. 1st and 10, ball in the Cleveland 44. So we're going to go, again, run counter, Green, trap left. Ball's given to Green. Looks like he has 5 or 6 yards there. Pick up a 5. Pick up a 5 with trap left to Ernie Green. Tackle by Derek Wolfe for the Broncos. 2nd and 5. Ball on the Cleveland 49-yard line. Go play action fake. Collins. And short cross to Collins. Play action fake. Ryan back to pass. Incomplete. Harris jumps in front of Collins and swats the ball away. Nice play by Harris. Brings up a 3rd and 5. Ball on the Cleveland 49-yard line. Trap left, Jim Brown. Ball's given to Brown. And he is stopped short of the first down. So it's going to bring up a 4th and 1 as Brown picks up 4 yards. Ball at the Denver 47-yard line. Ooh, decision time here. Let's see. If we go to the I formation, go Jim Brown, dive. Yes, 4th and 1, we're going for it. Ball's given to Jimmy Brown. He has a first down. Oh, pick up a 4. When you have Jim Brown in the backfield on a 4th and 1, you go for it. That's just my opinion. So, Cleveland maintains possession on the 4th down pickup. So it's 1st and 10, ball on the Denver 43, 2:52 to go here in the first quarter. Browns leading the Broncos 7-0. And we're going to rest Jim here. Going to bring in Leroy Kelly, who had the punt return for a touchdown. And we have Ernie Green, and we're going to bring in Scales for Ernie Green. Give them a rest here. Our tight end starting to get fatigued, John Brewer. So we'll bring in Smith. Okay. So we're going to go back to the split backfield. And we have Leroy Kelly. So let's see what we can do with Kelly here. We're going to go screen to Leroy Kelly. They're looking for that, so we're going to go short slant to Collins. Ryan back to pass. And that ball is knocked down by Wolfe. Nice play by Wolfe to bat that ball down at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd and 10 for the Cleveland Browns on the Denver 43. Once again, we're going to go Kelly, and we're going to go screen. Ryan back to pass, flipping the set up to screen. Kelly makes the catch. Lots of running room there. He fumbles the ball, and Denver recovers it.
The play is under review.
Oh, the play is under review.
The ruling on the field stands.
So it is a fumble, and that was recovered by Aqib Talib. So a nice drive comes to an end with a Leroy Kelly fumble. So, Leroy Kelly goes from hero with the punt return for a touchdown to GOAT right now as he fumbles the ball. And Denver will take over on their own 34-yard line with a minute and 51 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Big defensive stop there by the Denver Broncos of 2015. We're going to play our defensive line in. Broncos are in I formation, 2 wideouts, 1 tight end, 2 backs behind Manning. We're going to bring Fitchner. Actually, going to play short zone. Run. Ball's given to Hillman, and he's got about a 5-yard. No, it's a 6-yard gain. As Fisk missed the tackle. So they went trap right to Ronnie Hillman. He picks up 6 yards. Bernie Parrish on the tackle. Brings up a 2nd and 4. Ball in the Denver 40. Minute 42 to go here in the first quarter. We're going to go short zone once again. Basic. Ball's given to Hillman again. And he's got the first down. A lot of struggle there. Picks up 5 yards. 5 yards on the off tackle left. Tackle by Vince Costello. 4th tackle for Vince Costello. 55 seconds to go here in the first quarter with the Browns leading the Broncos 7-0. Alrighty. We're going to play short zone again. And we're going to bring Fitchner up. Help the run, but we're going to play basic. Manning back to pass. He throws, and it's complete for a 9-yard gain to Thomas. Tackled by Costello. That's tackle number 5. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 1. And that will be the end of the first quarter as the Broncos choose not to run another play. So let me just click here. So after 1 quarter of football, the 2015 Denver Broncos 0, the 1965 Cleveland Browns 7 on the Leroy Kelly 72-yard punt return for a touchdown. We'll be back for the second quarter very shortly. This is Al Red Sox Fan, and you're watching on Al Red Sox Fan YouTube station, saying thank you for watching. Come back and see the second quarter and who will win this struggle in the NFL Challenge League game number 2. All right, see you soon. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.